Long before cities or civilizations, before even the first humans walked the earth, our planet was home to a world of giants, enormous creatures, some as tall as skyscrapers and others with teeth the size of your forearm, ruled the land, sea, and sky. These weren't the stuff of myth or legend. They were real, living beings that shaped the very fabric of our world millions of years before history began. But what were these ancient creatures really like? How did they live, thrive, and eventually vanish? And why does their story matter to us today? The answers lie buried in the rocks, fossils, and ancient landscapes they left behind, clues to a lost world that still holds the secrets of life's grandest experiments. From towering dinosaurs to bizarre sea monsters, these ancient beings offer a glimpse into a time when the Earth was a very different place. So, buckle up, because we're about to take a journey into the distant past, where the extraordinary creatures that once roamed our planet come to life once more. Get ready to explore the mysteries of a world that existed long before history was ever recorded. Long before the age of dinosaurs or even the first forests, life on Earth was a much simpler affair. For billions of years, microscopic organisms were the only inhabitants of our planet, drifting through ancient oceans and slowly shaping the environment. But then, something extraordinary happened, a burst of life so dramatic, it's often called the Cambrian Explosion. Around 540 million years ago, in what's now a blink of geological time, the oceans suddenly teemed with an incredible variety of complex creatures. For the first time, animals with hard shells, intricate body plans, and even primitive eyes appeared, marking the dawn of a new era in Earth's history. This period wasn't just a random event, it was a turning point. The Cambrian Explosion laid the groundwork for all future life, including the giants that would one day dominate the planet. It was during this time that the first predators emerged, setting off an evolutionary arms race. Creatures developed new ways to hunt, defend themselves, and survive, paving the way for more advanced forms of life. But how do we know all of this? The answer lies in the fossils, ancient imprints and remnants preserved in rock that tell the story of this pivotal moment. These fossils are like snapshots of a world long gone, offering us a glimpse into the lives of creatures that once swam, crawled, and thrived in Earth's primordial seas. And it's here, in these ancient rocks, that we find the first hints of the giants to come. The Cambrian Explosion didn't just introduce complex life, it set the stage for the rise of some of the most awe-inspiring creatures our planet has ever seen. From these early beginnings, life would continue to evolve, adapt, and grow, eventually giving rise to the colossal beings that would reign supreme in the ages that followed. But that's a story for the next chapter, because the journey from tiny, shelled creatures to the rulers of the ancient world is one of the most fascinating tales in Earth's history. As the Cambrian Explosion set the stage for complex life, the next chapter in Earth's history brought us to a time of towering titans, the Age of Dinosaurs. For over 150 million years, these incredible creatures ruled the planet, evolving into an astonishing array of shapes, sizes, and behaviors. From the ferocious Tyrannosaurus rex with its bone-crushing jaws and razor-sharp teeth, to the gentle Brachiosaurus stretching its long neck to graze on treetops, dinosaurs were as diverse as they were dominant. They didn't just inhabit one type of environment, they thrived everywhere, from lush, swampy jungles to harsh, sun-scorched deserts. Each species adapted in remarkable ways, shaping the world around them and leaving an indelible mark on Earth's history. Take the T-Rex, for instance, often portrayed as the ultimate predator. This colossal carnivore wasn't just about brute strength. Recent discoveries suggest it may have been a cunning hunter, using its keen senses and intelligence to track prey. On the other end of the spectrum, herbivores like Brachiosaurus and Triceratops developed unique defenses, from massive size to protective horns and frills to fend off predators. But dinosaurs weren't just solitary creatures. Many lived in complex social groups, raising their young and communicating in ways we're only beginning to understand. Fossilized tracks and nesting sites offer tantalizing clues about their behaviors, painting a picture of a world teeming with life and activity. What's truly fascinating is how these creatures adapted to their environments. In the dense forests of the Jurassic period, smaller dinosaurs like velociraptors used their speed and agility to navigate the undergrowth, while in the open plains of the Cretaceous, herds of duck-billed dinosaurs migrated in search of food. Even in the harshest climates, life found a way. Dinosaurs developed specialized features like thick skin for sun protection or unique respiratory systems to cope with low oxygen levels, showcasing the incredible versatility of life. Yet, despite their dominance, the Age of Dinosaurs came to an abrupt and mysterious end. The clues to their extinction lie buried in layers of rock, hinting at a catastrophic event that reshaped the planet. But before we uncover that story, let's take a moment to marvel at the legacy these ancient giants left behind. Their fossils not only tell us about their lives, but also offer a window into the ever-changing nature of our world. From their rise to their reign, dinosaurs remind us that even the mightiest creatures are part of a larger, interconnected story, one that continues to unfold with every discovery we make. For over 150 million years, dinosaurs reigned supreme, shaping the world in their image. But then, in a geological heartbeat, their rule came to an end. Around 66 million years ago, a catastrophic event forever altered the course of life on Earth. The reign of the dinosaurs was over, but what exactly caused their downfall? The answer lies in one of the most dramatic chapters in our planet's history: the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event, a turning point that reshaped the future of life itself. The most widely accepted theory points to a colossal asteroid impact. Imagine a rock nearly 6 miles wide hurtling through space at tens of thousands of miles per hour, slamming into what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The force of the impact was unimaginable, equivalent to billions of atomic bombs exploding at once. The collision sent shockwaves across the globe, triggering wildfires, tsunamis, and a massive dust cloud that blocked sunlight for months, if not years. Without sunlight, plants withered and the food chain collapsed. Dinosaurs, which had thrived for so long, suddenly found themselves in a world they could no longer survive. But the asteroid isn't the only suspect. Around the same time, massive volcanic eruptions in what is now India were spewing lava and toxic gases into the atmosphere. These eruptions, known as the Deccan Traps, lasted for thousands of years and may have contributed to global climate change, acid rain, and further disruptions to ecosystems. Some scientists argue that the combination of these factors, asteroid impact and volcanic activity, created a perfect storm of destruction, overwhelming even the most resilient species. And then there's climate change. Long before the asteroid struck, Earth's climate was already shifting. Rising sea levels, fluctuating temperatures, and changes in vegetation may have made life increasingly difficult for many dinosaurs. While these changes alone might not have caused their extinction, they likely weakened their ability to adapt to sudden, catastrophic events. So, what happened after the dust settled? The extinction of the dinosaurs opened the door for a new group of survivors: mammals. Small, adaptable, and able to thrive in a variety of conditions, mammals had existed alongside dinosaurs for millions of years, but they had always lived in the shadows. With the giants gone, mammals seized the opportunity to diversify and evolve, eventually giving rise to the incredible variety of life we see today, including us. The end of the dinosaurs wasn't just a tragedy, it was a reset. It cleared the stage for new players, new ecosystems, and new possibilities. And as we uncover more about this pivotal moment in Earth's history, we gain a deeper understanding of how interconnected and fragile life truly is. The story of the dinosaurs' extinction is a reminder that even the mightiest can fall, but it's also a testament to the resilience of life itself, always finding a way to endure and thrive no matter the odds. With the dinosaurs gone, the stage was set for a new era, the Cenozoic, often called the Age of Mammals. This was the time when small, unassuming creatures that had once scurried beneath the feet of giants began to step into the spotlight. Over millions of years, mammals evolved into an astonishing variety of forms, from the tiny ancestors of modern rodents to the massive woolly mammoths and fearsome saber-toothed cats that roamed the icy plains of the Pleistocene. These weren't just survivors, they were thrivers, adapting to a world that was constantly changing in the aftermath of the dinosaurs' demise. One of the most iconic mammals of this era was the woolly mammoth. These colossal creatures, covered in thick fur and equipped with enormous curved tusks, were perfectly suited to the harsh, frozen landscapes of the Ice Age. Mammoths weren't just wanderers, they were ecosystem engineers, shaping their environments by uprooting trees and creating open grasslands that benefited other species. But their success wasn't just about size or strength. Mammoths had highly specialized teeth for grinding tough vegetation and a social structure that likely helped them survive in such extreme conditions. They were a testament to the adaptability and resilience of life. Then there were the saber-toothed cats like the famous Megalodon. With their massive, dagger-like teeth, these predators were the lions of their time, ruling the food chain with precision and power. But their teeth weren't just for show, they were highly specialized tools designed to deliver a fatal bite to large prey. Unlike modern big cats, saber-toothed cats had shorter, stockier bodies, suggesting they relied on ambush rather than speed. Their existence shows just how diverse mammals became, filling niches left vacant by the dinosaurs and carving out their own unique roles in the ecosystem. But mammals didn't just thrive on land, they also took to the skies and seas. Early bats evolved to become the first flying mammals, while others, like the ancestors of whales, returned to the water, evolving from land-dwelling creatures into the ocean's gentle giants. This incredible adaptability allowed mammals to dominate nearly every corner of the planet, from the highest mountains to the deepest oceans. What's fascinating is how mammals' success was tied to their ability to adapt to a world in flux. As continents shifted, climates changed, and ecosystems transformed, mammals evolved new traits and behaviors to survive. Some developed thick fur to withstand icy temperatures, while others grew larger bodies to outcompete rivals or sharper senses to detect predators. This adaptability wasn't just a survival strategy, it was the key to their reign. And yet, the story of the Cenozoic isn't just about mammals. While they were busy conquering the land, the oceans were home to their own caste of ancient inhabitants, creatures just as strange and fascinating as anything that walked on Earth. From colossal marine reptiles to bizarre deep-sea dwellers, the seas held secrets of their own, waiting to be uncovered. But that's a story for the next chapter, because the oceans too have their tales to tell. While mammals were thriving on land, the oceans of the ancient world were home to their own caste of colossal and bizarre creatures, monsters that would make even the fiercest dinosaurs seem tame by comparison. Imagine diving into the depths of an ancient sea, where a predator as long as a school bus patrols the waters, its jaws lined with teeth the size of your hand. This was the realm of the Megalodon, the largest shark to ever exist, and just one of the many giants that ruled the prehistoric oceans. The Megalodon was the ultimate apex predator of its time, dominating marine ecosystems for millions of years. With a bite force estimated to be 10 times stronger than that of a modern great white shark, It could crush bones and tear through flesh with terrifying ease. But what's even more astonishing is its sheer size. Up to 60 feet long, it was more than 3 times the length of today's largest sharks. Fossilized teeth and vertebrae give us glimpses of its immense power, but much about this ancient predator remains a mystery. How did it hunt? What led to its extinction? And what does its story tell us about the ever-changing balance of life in the oceans? But the Megalodon wasn't the only giant lurking in the deep. The seas were also home to marine reptiles like the Mosasaurus, a creature that looked like a cross between a crocodile and a whale. Stretching up to 50 feet in length, Mosasaurs were fast, agile hunters with powerful jaws and sharp teeth, perfectly adapted for snatching prey from the water. Fossil evidence suggests they were fierce competitors, often battling other marine predators for dominance. Their remains have been found all over the world, from North America to Antarctica, proving just how widespread their reign was. Studying these ancient sea creatures isn't easy. Unlike land-dwelling animals whose fossils are often found in exposed rock layers, marine fossils are buried beneath the ocean floor or hidden in sedimentary deposits that are difficult to access. Paleontologists rely on rare discoveries like the occasional Megalodon tooth or Mosasaur skeleton to piece together the story of these underwater giants. Advances in technology such as underwater drones and sonar imaging are helping to uncover more secrets, but the oceans still guard many of their mysteries closely. What's fascinating about these ancient marine creatures is how they shaped their ecosystems. Just like the dinosaurs on land, they were at the top of their food chains, influencing the behavior and evolution of other species. Their presence kept populations in check, drove the development of new survival strategies, and even affected the flow of nutrients through the water. In many ways, they were the architects of their underwater worlds, leaving a legacy that still echoes in the oceans today. And while the oceans were teeming with life, the skies above were no less dramatic. Strange and otherworldly creatures soared through the air, ruling the heavens with wingspans that defy imagination. But that's a story for another time, because the ancient skies held their own cast of giants, waiting to take center stage in the epic tale of Earth's prehistoric past. High above the land and sea, another group of ancient giants claimed the sky's pterosaurs, the first vertebrates to achieve powered flight. These flying reptiles were not dinosaurs but close relatives, and they soared through the air with wingspans that could stretch over 30 feet, making them some of the largest flying creatures in Earth's history. Among them, Quetzalcoatlus stood out, a behemoth with a wingspan rivaling that of a small airplane. Imagine the sight of this colossal creature gliding effortlessly above the Cretaceous landscape, its long, slender beak scanning the ground for prey. Despite its size, Quetzalcoatlus was lightweight, with hollow bones and a body built for efficiency in the air. It likely fed on small animals, using its impressive reach to snatch them from the ground or water. But how did such a massive creature take flight? Scientists believe it may have used a combination of powerful leg muscles and wind currents to launch itself into the air, a feat that still astounds researchers today. Pterosaurs weren't just masters of the skies, they were also incredibly diverse. Some, like the Pteranodon, had crests that may have been used for display or even to stabilize their flight. Others, like the Rhamphorhynchus, had long, pointed tails that helped them steer through the air with precision. Their adaptations for flight were as varied as their sizes, showcasing the incredible creativity of evolution. But their reign wasn't without challenges. Pterosaurs faced constant pressure from predators, changing climates, and competition for food, which drove them to develop unique survival strategies. Some species may have even been social, living in colonies and caring for their young, much like modern birds. And speaking of birds, the skies of the ancient world weren't just ruled by pterosaurs. Enter Archaeopteryx, a creature often described as the missing link between dinosaurs and birds. With its feathered wings, sharp teeth, and long, bony tail, Archaeopteryx was a fascinating mix of old and new. It couldn't fly like modern birds. Instead, it likely glided or flapped its wings to move between trees. But its feathers were a game changer, representing one of the earliest steps in the evolution of flight. Fossils of Archaeopteryx provide some of the clearest evidence of how birds evolved from their dinosaur ancestors, offering a rare glimpse into a pivotal moment in Earth's history. These flying creatures didn't just dominate the skies, they played a crucial role in their ecosystems. Pterosaurs and early birds helped control insect populations, spread seeds, and even acted as prey for larger predators. Their presence shaped the world around them, influencing the evolution of both plants and animals. And while their time in the spotlight eventually came to an end, their legacy lives on in the birds we see today. Every time you watch a hawk soar or a sparrow flit through the trees, you're witnessing the descendants of these ancient aviators. But the story of prehistoric life isn't just about the giants. While pterosaurs and early birds ruled the skies, smaller creatures scurried beneath their shadows, carving out their own niches in a world dominated by titans. From tiny mammals to bizarre insects, these often overlooked inhabitants were just as vital to the balance of ancient ecosystems. Their stories may be less dramatic, but they're no less fascinating, and they remind us that even the smallest creatures can leave a lasting impact on the world. While giants like dinosaurs and pterosaurs often steal the spotlight, the ancient world was also home to smaller, yet equally remarkable creatures, insects and arthropods. These tiny titans may not have been as large or imposing as their prehistoric counterparts, but they played a crucial role in shaping ecosystems and surviving some of Earth's most catastrophic events. Take, for instance, the giant dragonflies of the Carboniferous period, with wingspans stretching nearly 2.5 feet. These massive insects ruled the skies long before pterosaurs or birds ever took flight, darting through humid, swampy forests in search of prey. Their size was likely due to the higher oxygen levels in the atmosphere at the time, which allowed insects to grow far larger than they do today. But it wasn't just dragonflies that thrived in this ancient world. Scorpions, millipedes, and other arthropods also roamed the land, many of them reaching sizes that would make their modern relatives seem miniature by comparison. Arthropods, a giant millipede-like creature, could grow up to 8 feet long, making it one of the largest land-dwelling invertebrates to ever exist. These creatures weren't just anomalies, they were vital players in their ecosystems, breaking down plant matter, recycling nutrients, and serving as both predators and prey. Their presence helped maintain the balance of life, even as larger animals came and went. What's truly astonishing is how these small but mighty creatures managed to survive through multiple mass extinctions. While dinosaurs and other giants vanished, insects and arthropods endured, adapting to changing climates and shifting landscapes. Their resilience lies in their incredible diversity and ability to exploit a wide range of habitats. From burrowing underground to taking to the air, these creatures found ways to thrive where others could not. Their success is a testament to the power of adaptability and the importance of even the smallest organisms in the web of life. The ecological impact of these ancient insects and arthropods can't be overstated. They pollinated early plants, decomposed organic material, and even served as a food source for larger animals. Without them, the ecosystems of the past would have looked very different, and so would the world we live in today. Their story reminds us that size isn't everything, and that even the tiniest creatures can leave an outsized legacy. And speaking of ecosystems, the next chapter in this ancient tale shifts our focus from the animals that roamed the land and skies to the plants that sustained them. From towering forests of ferns to the first flowering plants, the flora of the prehistoric world was just as dynamic and transformative as the fauna. But that's a story for another time, because the green giants of the past have their own secrets to share. While the giants of the prehistoric world often capture our imagination, none of them could have thrived without the silent architects of their ecosystems, plants. Long before flowering trees or grassy plains, Earth's landscapes were dominated by a very different kind of greenery. Towering ferns, massive horsetails, and sprawling cycads created lush, dense forests that stretched across the planet, providing food, shelter, and oxygen for the creatures that roamed among them. These ancient plants weren't just background scenery, they were the foundation of life itself, shaping the world in ways that still echo today. During the Carboniferous period, around 300 million years ago, the Earth looked like something out of a science fiction novel. Imagine forests of giant club mosses and horsetails, some reaching heights of over 100 feet, their trunks thick and sturdy. These plants thrived in the warm, humid climate, their growth fueled by higher oxygen levels in the atmosphere. But their significance went beyond their size. As these plants died and fell, they accumulated in vast swamps, eventually forming the coal deposits we rely on today. These ancient forests weren't just a source of energy for future humans, they were the lifeblood of their time, supporting a rich tapestry of creatures from early amphibians to the first insects. The role of plants in prehistoric ecosystems was far more dynamic than you might think. For herbivorous dinosaurs, plants weren't just food, they were survival tools. The tough, fibrous leaves of cycads and conifers required specialized teeth and digestive systems, driving the evolution of creatures like the long-necked sauropods. These giants could strip entire trees of their foliage, shaping the landscape as they moved through it. Even smaller animals depended on plants for shelter, using dense undergrowth or fallen logs to hide from predators. In this way, plants didn't just sustain life, they actively influenced the behavior and evolution of the animals around them. One of the most significant milestones in plant evolution came during the Cretaceous period, when the first flowering plants or angiosperms appeared. These plants introduced something entirely new to the world: flowers. Bright, colorful, and often fragrant, flowers weren't just decorative, they were revolutionary. By attracting pollinators like insects and small animals, flowering plants created a symbiotic relationship that allowed both groups to thrive. This innovation didn't just change the way plants reproduced, it transformed entire ecosystems, paving the way for the diverse, interconnected world we know today. But the story of ancient plants isn't just about the past, it's about the present and future too. The oxygen they produced, the habitats they created, and the resources they left behind continue to shape our world. From the air we breathe to the fossil fuels we use, the legacy of these green giants is woven into the fabric of our lives. Understanding their role in prehistoric ecosystems helps us appreciate the delicate balance of life on Earth, and reminds us that even the smallest organisms, from ferns to flowers, play a part in the grand story of our planet. As we've seen, the ancient world was a web of interconnected relationships, where plants and animals relied on each other in ways we're only beginning to understand. But ecosystems weren't just shaped by the living, they were also influenced by the forces of the Earth itself. From shifting continents to erupting volcanoes, the planet's geology played a pivotal role in the evolution of life. And it's here, in the rocks and landscapes of the past, that we find the next chapter of this incredible story. As we step back into the ancient world, it's easy to focus on the towering dinosaurs, the soaring pterosaurs, or the massive marine reptiles that ruled the seas. But behind these giants was a complex, interconnected web of life ecosystems that thrived on delicate balances and intricate relationships. Imagine a prehistoric jungle. Towering ferns sway in the breeze, insects buzz through the air, and small mammals scurry beneath the shadow of a grazing triceratops. Every creature, from the tiniest beetle to the mightiest predator, played a role in maintaining the harmony of this ancient world. But how do these ecosystems function, and what can they teach us about the importance of biodiversity today? At the heart of every ecosystem were the relationships between species. Predators like T-Rex kept herbivore populations in check, preventing overgrazing and allowing plant life to flourish. Herbivores, in turn, shaped the landscape as they moved through it, creating open spaces and dispersing seeds that would grow into new habitats. Even the smallest organisms, like insects and fungi, played vital roles breaking down dead matter, recycling nutrients, and pollinating plants. These interactions weren't just random. They were finely tuned over millions of years, creating a balance that allowed life to thrive in even the harshest environments. One of the most fascinating aspects of ancient ecosystems was the presence of symbiotic relationships. Take, for example, the partnership between early flowering plants and the insects that pollinated them. As flowers evolved bright colors and sweet nectar, insects developed specialized mouthparts and behaviors to access these resources. This mutual dependence didn't just benefit the plants and insects, it transformed entire ecosystems, paving the way for the diverse, interconnected world we see today. Even among larger animals, cooperation was key. Some dinosaurs may have lived in herds for protection, while others formed alliances to hunt or raise their young. These relationships highlight the importance of connection in the ancient world, a lesson that still resonates in modern ecosystems. But maintaining this balance wasn't easy. Ecosystems were constantly under pressure from changing climates, shifting continents, and catastrophic events like volcanic eruptions or asteroid impacts. When one species disappeared, whether from extinction or migration, it created a ripple effect, disrupting the delicate equilibrium of the entire system. For instance, the loss of a single predator could lead to an explosion in herbivore populations, overgrazing, and the eventual collapse of plant communities. These cascading effects remind us just how fragile and interconnected life truly is. Studying these ancient ecosystems isn't just about understanding the past, it's about gaining insight into the present and future. By examining how prehistoric species adapted to challenges, we can better appreciate the resilience of life and the importance of preserving biodiversity today. Each fossil, each footprint, and each layer of rock tells a story of survival, adaptation, and the enduring power of connection. But piecing together these stories isn't easy. The further back we go, the more fragmented the evidence becomes, leaving us to fill in the gaps with careful analysis and imagination. And as we uncover more about these long-lost worlds, we're reminded of the incredible complexity of life and the delicate balance that sustains it. As we move forward, the next chapter of this story takes us beyond the ecosystems themselves, into the forces that shaped them. The shifting continents, the erupting volcanoes, and the changing climate that molded the ancient world. These geological forces weren't just background noise, they were active players in the drama of life, shaping the course of evolution and setting the stage for the world we know today. Beneath our feet lies a treasure trove of ancient secrets waiting to be uncovered. Fossil hunting, the heart of paleontology, is more than just a search for bones. It's a journey into the past where every discovery helps piece together the story of life on Earth. But how do scientists find these hidden clues, and what happens after they're unearthed? The process is both meticulous and thrilling, blending the precision of science with the excitement of exploration. It all begins with a keen eye and a deep understanding of geology. Paleontologists often start their search in areas where ancient rocks are exposed, such as cliffs, riverbeds, or deserts. These locations are like windows into the past, offering glimpses of the environments where ancient creatures once lived. One of the most famous fossil sites is the La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles, where natural asphalt has preserved an astonishing array of Ice Age animals for tens of thousands of years. From dire wolves and saber-toothed cats to mammoths and giant sloths, the tar pits have provided an unparalleled snapshot of life during a time of dramatic climate change. But not all fossils are found in tar. Some of the most extraordinary discoveries come from places like the Burgess Shale in Canada, a site that has revealed some of the earliest complex life forms from the Cambrian Explosion. Here, delicate creatures like trilobites and ancient arthropods were preserved in fine-grained mud, capturing even the soft tissues that usually decay over time. These fossils are like time capsules, offering rare insights into the anatomy and behavior of organisms that lived over 500 million years ago. Once a fossil is discovered, the real work begins. Excavation is a delicate process, requiring tools as small as dental picks and brushes to carefully remove the surrounding rock without damaging the specimen. Larger fossils might take weeks or even months to extract, especially if they're embedded in hard stone. After excavation, the fossils are transported to labs where they're cleaned, stabilized, and studied in detail. Modern technology like CT scans and 3D imaging allows scientists to examine fossils without physically altering them, revealing hidden structures and clues about how these ancient creatures lived. But fossils aren't just about bones, they're about stories. Each discovery adds a new piece to the puzzle, helping us understand not just what these creatures looked like, but how they moved, what they ate, and how they interacted with their environments. For example, fossilized footprints can reveal the speed and gait of a dinosaur, while coprolites' fossilized dung provide insights into their diets. Even the smallest details, like bite marks on bones or the arrangement of feathers, can tell us about predator-prey relationships or the evolution of flight. Fossil hunting is a testament to human curiosity and perseverance. It's a field where patience and passion meet, where every discovery has the potential to rewrite what we know about the ancient world. And as we uncover more about these long-lost creatures, we're reminded that the past is never truly gone. It's preserved in the rocks, waiting for us to find it. But the story doesn't end with fossils. While they give us a glimpse into the anatomy of ancient creatures, they also leave us wondering, how did these animals behave? What drove their actions, and how did they navigate their world? The next chapter of this journey takes us beyond bones, into the realm of behavior and instinct, where the mysteries of ancient life come alive in ways we're only beginning to understand. Understanding the lives of ancient creatures isn't just about knowing what they looked like. It's about uncovering how they lived, from the way they hunted and raised their young to the paths they traveled across vast landscapes. The behaviors of these long-extinct animals are some of the most fascinating mysteries in paleontology. But without the ability to observe them directly, how do we piece together the daily lives of creatures that vanished millions of years ago? The answer lies in the clues they left behind: fossilized footprints, nesting sites, and even traces of their interactions with each other. Take dinosaur nesting sites, for example. In places like Montana's Egg Mountain, paleontologists have discovered clusters of fossilized eggs and nests, offering a rare glimpse into the parenting habits of these ancient giants. Some dinosaurs, like the duck-billed Mosasaurus, appear to have cared for their young long after hatching, bringing food to the nest and protecting their offspring from predators. Other species, like the Arthropods, laid their eggs in carefully arranged patterns, suggesting sophisticated nesting behaviors. These discoveries don't just tell us about reproduction, they reveal the social structures and survival strategies of dinosaurs, painting a picture of creatures far more complex than we once imagined. Fossilized footprints or trackways are another window into the past. These imprints, preserved in mud or sand that later turned to stone, tell stories of movement and interaction. In one remarkable site in Texas, a trail of footprints shows a large theropod chasing a smaller ornithopod, capturing a moment of predation frozen in time. Elsewhere, tracks reveal herds of sauropods moving in unison, hinting at social behaviors and migration patterns. Even the spacing and depth of footprints can tell us about an animal's speed, gait, and weight distribution, offering insights into how they move through their environments. But behavior isn't just about movement or parenting, it's also about communication. Some dinosaurs, like the crested Parasaurolophus, may have used elaborate head structures to produce sounds, potentially for mating calls or territorial displays. Others, like the armored Ankylosaurus, might have used their tails not just for defense, but also for social signaling. These behaviors are harder to study, but with careful analysis of fossils and comparisons to modern animals, scientists can begin to reconstruct the ways ancient creatures interacted with each other. Of course, piecing together these puzzles isn't easy. Behavior doesn't fossilize, and the evidence we have is often indirect. That's where technology comes in. Advanced imaging techniques like CT scans allow researchers to peer inside fossils without damaging them, revealing hidden structures that hint at behavior. Computer simulations can model how dinosaurs walked or how pterosaurs flew, testing theories about their movements and capabilities. And artificial intelligence is now being used to analyze vast amounts of fossil data, identifying patterns that might otherwise go unnoticed. The study of ancient behavior is a reminder that fossils are more than just bones, they're snapshots of lives lived long ago. Every nest, every footprint, every tooth mark tells a story, and together they help us understand the world as it once was. But as much as we've learned, there's still so much we don't know. The next chapter in this journey takes us beyond behavior, into the tools and techniques that are revolutionizing our understanding of the ancient world, and bringing these long-lost creatures to life in ways we never thought possible. The study of ancient life has always been a field driven by curiosity and imagination, but in recent years, it's also become a playground for cutting-edge technology. Thanks to advancements like 3D imaging, DNA analysis, and computer modeling, paleontology is undergoing a revolution, uncovering details about ancient creatures that were once thought lost to time. These tools aren't just helping us see fossils in new ways, they're transforming how we understand the lives, behaviors, and even appearances of the creatures that once roamed the Earth. One of the most exciting breakthroughs has been the use of 3D imaging to bring fossils to life. By scanning specimens with high-resolution technology, scientists can create digital models that reveal intricate details without ever touching the original fossil. This is especially useful for fragile or rare specimens, like the delicate bones of early birds or the fragile remains of tiny prehistoric mammals. But it's not just about preservation. 3D models allow researchers to manipulate and study fossils in ways that were previously impossible. For example, by digitally reconstructing the skull of a T-Rex, scientists can analyze its bite force or simulate how it might have moved its jaw. These models are like time machines, giving us a clearer picture of how these animals lived and interacted with their world. Another game changer has been the study of biomolecules, particularly DNA and proteins. While most fossils are millions of years old, some still retain traces of these molecules, offering a rare glimpse into the genetic makeup of ancient creatures. In one groundbreaking study, researchers were able to extract proteins from the fossilized remains of a 68-million-year-old Tyrannosaurus rex. These proteins provided clues about the dinosaurs' evolutionary relationships, suggesting connections to modern birds. While DNA itself rarely survives over such vast timescales, even these small molecular fragments can reveal astonishing details, helping us piece together the puzzle of life's history. Perhaps one of the most visually stunning breakthroughs has been the reconstruction of dinosaur colors. For years, paleontologists assumed that dinosaurs were dull and drab, their appearances left to the imagination. But thanks to the discovery of microscopic structures called melanosomes in fossilized feathers, scientists can now determine the colors and patterns of certain dinosaurs. By comparing these structures to those in modern birds, researchers have reconstructed the vibrant hues of species like Cenozoic, which sported a russet-colored tail, and Microraptor, whose iridescent feathers shimmered like a crow's. These discoveries don't just add a splash of color to the past, they also provide insights into behavior such as camouflage, mating displays, and even social hierarchies. Computer modeling has also opened new doors, allowing scientists to simulate everything from the flight of pterosaurs to the walking patterns of sauropods. By inputting data from fossils into sophisticated software, researchers can test hypotheses about movement, biomechanics, and even the environmental conditions these animals faced. For instance, models have shown that the massive Argentinosaurus, one of the largest dinosaurs ever discovered, likely moved in a way that minimized stress on its bones despite its enormous size. These simulations aren't just academic exercises, they help us understand the physical limits and capabilities of ancient creatures, shedding light on how they survived in their environments. But the impact of these technological advancements goes beyond science. It's also reshaping how we connect with the past. Museums and educational programs are using 3D models and virtual reality to bring ancient creatures to life, allowing people to walk among dinosaurs or explore prehistoric landscapes from the comfort of their homes. These tools are making paleontology more accessible and engaging, inspiring a new generation of curious minds to explore the mysteries of the ancient world. As we continue to unlock the secrets of the past, these technologies are not just changing what we know, they're changing how we think about the story of life on Earth. Every discovery, every reconstructed feather, and every simulated step brings us closer to understanding the remarkable creatures that once shared our planet. And as we dig deeper, we're reminded that the past isn't just a collection of bones. It's a living, breathing history waiting to be uncovered, but the story doesn't end with science. These discoveries are also shaping our culture, influencing everything from art and film to the way we see ourselves in the grand tapestry of life, and that's a story worth exploring. The legacy of ancient creatures doesn't just live in fossils and scientific journals, it's woven into the very fabric of human culture. For centuries, people have been captivated by the idea of these prehistoric giants, spinning tales of dragons, sea monsters, and other mythical beasts that echo the wonders of the natural world. Long before we had the tools to uncover their true stories, ancient creatures inspired awe and fear, becoming symbols of power, mystery, and the unknown. These stories, passed down through generations, reveal just how deeply the past has shaped our imagination. Take dragons, for example. These legendary creatures, found in myths and folklore across the globe, share striking similarities with dinosaurs and other prehistoric reptiles. From the fire-breathing dragons of European legends to the serpentine dragons of East Asia, these stories often describe creatures with massive bodies, sharp teeth, and fearsome claws, traits that seem eerily familiar to anyone who's ever seen a T-Rex or a pterosaur. While dragons may be fictional, their origins likely lie in the ancient bones and fossils our ancestors stumbled upon, sparking tales of monsters that once roamed the earth. In more recent times, the fascination with ancient creatures has found a new home in movies and television. Blockbusters like Jurassic Park have brought dinosaurs to life in ways that once seemed impossible, blending cutting-edge science with Hollywood magic. The film's depiction of velociraptors, T-Rexes, and other dinosaurs wasn't just groundbreaking for its time. It also sparked a renewed interest in paleontology, inspiring a generation of scientists and enthusiasts. But while these portrayals are thrilling, they also raise an important question. How accurate are they? The answer lies in the delicate balance between science and storytelling. While movies often take creative liberties for dramatic effect, they also rely on the latest research to make their creatures as believable as possible. For example, the feathered dinosaurs seen in more recent films reflect discoveries that have reshaped our understanding of how these animals looked and behaved. But the influence of ancient creatures doesn't stop at entertainment. They've also become symbols in art, literature, and even advertising, representing everything from raw power to the fragility of life. Think about the woolly mammoth, often used as a mascot for conservation efforts, or the iconic T-Rex skeleton that looms in museums, captivating visitors with its sheer size and presence. These images remind us of the incredible diversity of life that once existed and the importance of protecting the world we have today. Yet, as we celebrate these cultural portrayals, it's worth considering the ethical questions they raise. How do we balance the excitement of discovery with the responsibility of preserving the past? Should fossils be displayed for public enjoyment or kept for scientific study? And what happens when cultural depictions of ancient creatures overshadow the real science behind them? These are complex issues, but they highlight the profound impact these long-extinct animals continue to have on our lives. The story of ancient creatures isn't just about what they were, it's about what they mean to us. From the myths of old to the blockbusters of today, they remind us of our connection to the natural world and the enduring power of curiosity. And as we continue to uncover their secrets, we're not just learning about the past, we're shaping the future of how we see ourselves and the world around us. But this journey isn't just about science or storytelling. It's also about the choices we make as stewards of Earth's history, and that's where the next chapter begins. The story of ancient creatures isn't just about their bones, it's also about the people who uncover them. As paleontology has grown into a global field, it's sparked important questions about who owns the past. Fossils are more than just relics, they're windows into Earth's history, and their ownership can be a contentious issue. Should these treasures belong to the countries where they're found, or to the scientists and institutions that study them? Should private collectors have the right to buy and sell fossils, or does that risk losing invaluable pieces of our shared history? These are the ethical dilemmas at the heart of modern paleontology, and they're shaping how we approach the study of ancient life. One of the most heated debates centers on the role of private collectors. In some cases, rare and scientifically significant fossils have been auctioned off to the highest bidder, disappearing into private collections where they're inaccessible to researchers. Take the infamous case of Sue, the most complete T-Rex skeleton ever discovered. After a lengthy legal battle, Sue was eventually acquired by the Field Museum in Chicago, but not before raising questions about the ethics of fossil commercialization. While private collectors argue that their passion and funding help preserve fossils that might otherwise be lost, critics worry that this practice prioritizes profit over science, potentially depriving the world of important discoveries. Then there's the issue of international disputes. Fossils don't recognize borders, but countries certainly do. When a fossil is found in one nation but studied or displayed in another, it can lead to tensions over cultural heritage and ownership. Mongolia, for example, has been at the forefront of efforts to reclaim dinosaur fossils that were illegally exported and sold abroad. These efforts highlight the importance of respecting the laws and traditions of the countries where fossils are discovered, while also ensuring that these treasures are preserved for scientific study and public education. But beyond ownership, there's a deeper question. What is the purpose of these fossils? For scientists, they're irreplaceable tools for understanding the history of life on Earth. Every fossil holds clues about evolution, extinction, and the interconnectedness of ecosystems. When fossils are locked away in private collections or lost to legal disputes, we risk losing more than just bones. We lose the chance to uncover the stories they tell. That's why many paleontologists advocate for stricter regulations and international cooperation, ensuring that fossils are preserved for research and shared with the world. At the same time, there's a growing recognition of the role local communities play in fossil preservation. In places like Argentina and China, where some of the most important dinosaur discoveries have been made, local museums and educational programs are helping to protect fossils while also celebrating their cultural significance. These efforts not only safeguard the past but also inspire future generations of scientists and enthusiasts. After all, the story of ancient life belongs to everyone, not just to a select few. As we navigate these complex ethical questions, one thing is clear: the future of paleontology depends on how we choose to protect and share the past. The next chapter in this story takes us beyond ethics into the cutting-edge technologies and bold new discoveries that are reshaping our understanding of ancient life. From groundbreaking DNA research to the search for fossils in uncharted territories, the future of paleontology is as exciting as the creatures it seeks to uncover. And as we look ahead, we're reminded that the past isn't just something to study, it's something to cherish, protect, and pass on to the generations yet to come. As we stand on the brink of new discoveries, the future of paleontology shines brighter than ever. The tools and technologies at our disposal today are transforming the way we study ancient life, opening doors to possibilities that were once unimaginable. From cutting-edge DNA analysis to advanced imaging techniques, the next generation of paleontologists will have unprecedented access to the secrets of the past. But the future isn't just about technology. It's about the questions we ask, the stories we uncover, and the passion we bring to the search for answers. One of the most exciting frontiers lies in the realm of molecular paleontology. While DNA from dinosaurs may be too degraded to recover, scientists are making strides in extracting and analyzing proteins, pigments, and other biomolecules from fossils. These tiny remnants offer clues about the colors, diets, and even the evolutionary relationships of ancient creatures. Imagine being able to reconstruct the vibrant hues of a feathered dinosaur or determine the exact plants a herbivore grazed on millions of years ago. These breakthroughs aren't just about filling in gaps, they're about bringing the past to life in vivid detail. Then there's the promise of unexplored territories. While many of the world's fossil hotspots, like the Badlands of North America or the Gobi Desert, have yielded incredible finds, there are still vast regions waiting to be explored. Remote areas in Africa, South America, and even Antarctica hold untapped potential for groundbreaking discoveries. Who knows what ancient giants might be waiting beneath the surface, hidden in rocks that have yet to be cracked open. The thrill of discovery is far from over. It's just beginning, but the future of paleontology isn't just about what we find, it's about who finds it. Inspiring the next generation of scientists is crucial to keeping the field alive and thriving. Programs that engage young people, from museum workshops to citizen science projects, are sparking curiosity and nurturing the paleontologists of tomorrow. By making science accessible and exciting, we're ensuring that the passion for discovery continues to grow, one fossil at a time. At its core, paleontology is about more than just ancient bones. It's a window into the history of our planet. Every fossil tells a story of survival, adaptation, and the ever-changing nature of life. By studying these ancient creatures, we gain insights into the forces that have shaped Earth over millions of years and the challenges we face today. Climate change, extinction events, and the fragility of ecosystems aren't just modern concerns, they're part of a story that stretches back to the dawn of life itself. As we look to the future, the study of ancient creatures reminds us of the resilience and interconnectedness of life. It's a story that's still being written, with every discovery adding a new chapter. And as we continue to explore, we're not just uncovering the past, we're shaping the future of how we understand our world and our place within it. The search for ancient life is far from over. It's an adventure that's just getting started. The story of ancient creatures isn't just a journey into the past, it's a mirror reflecting the forces that have shaped life on Earth for millions of years. By studying these long-extinct beings, we uncover more than just their anatomy or behavior. We gain profound insights into the patterns and processes that drive evolution itself. From the rise and fall of species to the ever-changing rhythms of the planet, the fossils we unearth tell a story that's as much about the present and future as it is about the past. One of the most striking lessons from ancient creatures is how interconnected life truly is. Take the Cambrian Explosion, for example, a time when Earth's oceans suddenly teemed with new forms of life. This burst of diversity wasn't just a fluke. It was a response to shifting environmental conditions and the emergence of new ecological niches. Fast forward to today, and we see similar patterns playing out. As human activity alters habitats and accelerates climate change, species are adapting or disappearing in ways that echo the challenges faced by their prehistoric ancestors. The difference is that now we have the knowledge and tools to shape the outcome. By understanding how ancient ecosystems responded to change, we can better predict and mitigate the impacts of our actions today. Mass extinctions, too, offer sobering parallels. The Cretaceous-Paleogene event that wiped out the dinosaurs wasn't the first or the last time life on Earth faced catastrophe. Before that, the Permian-Triassic extinction, often called the Great Dying, erased nearly 90% of all species. These events remind us that life is fragile, and even the most dominant creatures can vanish in the blink of a geological eye. Yet, they also show us the resilience of life. After every extinction, new species emerged, filling the gaps left behind and paving the way for the next chapter in Earth's story. Today, as we grapple with the consequences of habitat destruction, pollution, and climate change, these ancient lessons urge us to act not just to prevent loss, but to foster renewal. But the study of ancient creatures isn't just about warnings, it's also about inspiration. The innovations that allowed dinosaurs to thrive, from their specialized teeth to their complex social behaviors, show the incredible adaptability of life. Similarly, the rise of mammals after the dinosaurs' extinction highlights the potential for small, unassuming creatures to rise to prominence when given the chance. These stories remind us that even in the face of upheaval, life finds a way. And as we face our own challenges, from biodiversity loss to environmental degradation, we can draw strength from the resilience of the past. The parallels between ancient and modern ecosystems are more than just academic, they're a call to action. By learning from the successes and failures of the past, we can make informed decisions about conservation, sustainability, and the future of our planet. But the story doesn't end there. The legacy of ancient creatures isn't confined to fossils and textbooks. It's alive in the ecosystems we see today, shaping the world in ways we're only beginning to understand. And that brings us to the next chapter, the role of ancient creatures in modern ecosystems and how their influence can still be felt in the world around us. The story of ancient creatures isn't just a tale locked in stone. It's a living narrative that continues to shape the world around us. From the forests we walk through to the air we breathe, the echoes of these long-gone giants ripple through modern ecosystems in ways we're only beginning to understand. Take, for example, the towering trees that dominate our landscapes today. Their ancestors, the giant ferns and horsetails of the Carboniferous period, not only shaped the climate of their time, but also laid the groundwork for the coal and oil we rely on today. These ancient plants, through their growth and decay, created the very resources that power our modern world. It's a reminder that the past isn't just history, it's the foundation of our present. But the influence of ancient creatures goes even deeper. The evolutionary paths they carved have left lasting imprints on the species we see today. Birds, for instance, are the direct descendants of the theropod dinosaurs, inheriting traits like feathers and hollow bones from their prehistoric ancestors. Even the way modern predators hunt using speed, stealth, and strategy can be traced back to the behaviors of ancient hunters like velociraptors or saber-toothed cats. These connections aren't just fascinating, they're a testament to the enduring power of evolution, showing how life adapts and thrives over millions of years. One of the most striking examples of this legacy is the role ancient creatures played in shaping ecosystems. When mammoths roamed the earth during the Ice Age, their grazing habits helped maintain vast grasslands, which in turn supported a diverse range of species. Without these ecosystem engineers, landscapes would have looked very different. Today, scientists are studying how reintroducing large herbivores like bison or elephants can restore balance to degraded environments, a concept known as rewilding. It's a modern application of ancient wisdom, showing how the actions of long-extinct creatures still inform our approach to conservation. Yet, as we look to the past for inspiration, we're also peering into the future. The concept of de-extinction, bringing extinct species back to life through genetic engineering, has captured the imagination of scientists and the public alike. Imagine the woolly mammoth, once a keystone species of the Ice Age, roaming the tundra once more. Advocates argue that de-extinction could help restore lost ecosystems and combat climate change, while critics raise ethical questions about playing creator with nature. It's a debate that bridges the ancient and the modern, forcing us to confront the responsibilities that come with our growing scientific capabilities. But whether or not de-extinction becomes a reality, the lessons of ancient creatures remain clear. They remind us that life is interconnected, that every species plays a role in the larger web of existence. From the smallest insects to the mightiest mammals, each has a part to play in the story of our planet. And as we continue to uncover the secrets of the past, we're not just learning about ancient life, we're gaining the tools to protect and preserve the world we live in today. The echoes of the past are everywhere if we know where to look, and they hold the keys to a more sustainable future. What if we could bring the past back to life? It's a question that once belonged to the realm of science fiction, but today it's a real scientific possibility. De-extinction, the process of reviving extinct species, has become one of the most fascinating and controversial topics in modern science. From the woolly mammoth to the passenger pigeon, scientists are exploring ways to resurrect creatures that vanished long ago. But why? What's the point of bringing back animals that haven't walked the earth for thousands of years? The answers are as complex as the technology itself, blending cutting-edge science with deep ethical questions. At the heart of de-extinction lies a groundbreaking technique, cloning. By using preserved DNA from extinct species, scientists can create embryos that could potentially develop into living animals. One of the most famous examples is the woolly mammoth, a creature that once roamed the icy tundras of the Ice Age. Researchers are working to combine mammoth DNA with that of its closest living relative, the Asian elephant, in hopes of creating a hybrid that could one day roam the Arctic once more. The goal isn't just to bring back a single mammoth, it's to reintroduce an entire species, one that could help restore ecosystems and combat climate change by grazing on frozen grasslands and preventing permafrost from melting. But de-extinction isn't just about mammoths. Projects are also underway to revive species like the Tasmanian tiger, a marsupial predator that went extinct in the early 20th century, and the passenger pigeon, a bird that once filled North American skies in flocks so massive they darkened the sun. These efforts aren't just about nostalgia, they're about restoring balance to ecosystems that have been disrupted by human activity. For example, the reintroduction of large herbivores like mammoths could help maintain grasslands, while the return of apex predators like the Tasmanian tiger could control overpopulated prey species. In this way, de-extinction isn't just about the past, it's about shaping the future. Yet, for all its potential, de-extinction raises serious ethical questions. Should we play creator with nature, reviving species that evolution has deemed unfit to survive? What happens if these revived creatures disrupt existing ecosystems or suffer in environments they're no longer adapted to? And then there's the cost. De-extinction is an expensive endeavor, with resources that could be directed toward conserving endangered species that are still with us. Critics argue that focusing on species we've lost distracts from the urgent work of protecting those we still have. The debate over de-extinction isn't just scientific, it's deeply personal. It forces us to confront our role in the story of life on Earth. Are we stewards of the planet, responsible for correcting the mistakes of the past, or are we meddling in forces we don't fully understand? These questions don't have easy answers, but they're essential to consider as we move forward. After all, the decisions we make today will shape the world for generations to come. And yet, as we grapple with these questions, one thing is clear: the allure of ancient creatures isn't just scientific, it's cultural. From myths and legends to blockbuster movies, these long-extinct beings have captured our imaginations for centuries. Their stories are more than just fossils, they're part of who we are, shaping how we see ourselves and our place in the world. But what is it about these ancient giants that continues to fascinate us? In the next chapter, we'll explore the cultural significance of these creatures and how they've influenced art, literature, and even our understanding of ourselves. The story of ancient creatures isn't just about the distant past, it's also a mirror reflecting who we are as humans and how we fit into the grand tapestry of life. Every fossil unearthed, every footprint preserved in stone, offers a glimpse into the evolutionary journey that led to us. By studying these long-extinct beings, we're not just learning about their lives, we're uncovering clues about our own origins, our connection to the natural world, and the forces that have shaped us over millions of years. Take, for example, the discovery of early hominins like Lucy, the famous Australopithecus afarensis. Her fossilized remains, dating back over 3 million years, revealed a creature that walked upright, a crucial step in the evolution of humans. But Lucy isn't just an ancestor, she's a reminder of the incremental changes that led to our unique abilities like complex thought, tool use, and the capacity for language. By studying creatures like her, we're piecing together the story of how we became who we are. It's a humbling realization. We're not separate from nature, but deeply rooted in it, shaped by the same evolutionary processes that gave rise to dinosaurs, mammoths, and countless other species. But the lessons of ancient creatures go beyond biology. They also challenge us to think about our place in the universe. For centuries, humans have seen themselves as the pinnacle of creation, separate from and superior to the rest of the natural world. Yet, the more we learn about the diversity and complexity of ancient life, the more we realize how interconnected we are. Dinosaurs, for instance, ruled the Earth for over 150 million years, far longer than humans have existed. Their dominance and their eventual extinction remind us that no species is invincible. We, too, are part of a fragile ecosystem, subject to the same forces of change that have shaped life for billions of years. These discoveries also raise profound philosophical questions. What does it mean to be human in a world where so many species have come and gone? How do we reconcile our technological achievements with the knowledge that we're just one small part of a much larger story? The answers aren't simple, but they invite us to think more deeply about our responsibilities, not just to ourselves, but to the planet and the countless other species that share it with us. In this way, the study of ancient creatures isn't just a scientific endeavor, it's a journey of self-discovery, one that helps us understand our place in the universe. Yet, for all we've learned, there's still so much we don't know. The fossils we uncover are like pieces of a puzzle, each one adding to the picture but leaving gaps that spark our curiosity. What drove the evolution of flight in birds? How did early mammals survive the age of dinosaurs? And what secrets do the oceans still hold, waiting to be discovered? These mysteries remind us that the story of life on Earth is far from complete. Every answer we find leads to new questions, keeping the flame of curiosity alive. As we reflect on what ancient creatures teach us about ourselves, we're reminded that the past is more than just a collection of bones. It's a living history, shaping who we are and who we might become. And as we turn to the next chapter, we'll explore some of the greatest mysteries that still remain unsolved, diving into the questions that continue to challenge scientists and inspire dreamers. The journey into the ancient world is far from over. It's a story that's still being written, with every discovery bringing us one step closer to understanding the incredible complexity of life. For all we've uncovered about ancient creatures, there are still countless mysteries waiting to be solved. Paleontology is a field filled with tantalizing questions, each one a puzzle piece that could reshape our understanding of life on Earth. Take, for instance, the true appearance of dinosaurs. While we've made incredible strides in reconstructing their colors and textures thanks to fossilized pigments and skin impressions, there's so much we still don't know. Did T-Rex have lips? Were some dinosaurs covered in scales, feathers, or even a mix of both? These aren't just details for artists and filmmakers, they're clues about how these creatures lived, communicated, and survived in their environments. And then there's the puzzle of mass extinctions. We know that a massive asteroid impact played a role in wiping out the dinosaurs, but what about the other great die-offs in Earth's history? The Permian-Triassic extinction, for example, erased nearly all life on the planet, yet its exact cause remains debated. Was it massive volcanic eruptions, a sudden release of methane from the oceans, or a combination of factors? Understanding these events isn't just about satisfying curiosity. It's about learning how ecosystems respond to catastrophic change, knowledge that could prove crucial as we face our own environmental challenges. Even the origins of some of the most iconic creatures remain shrouded in mystery. How did flight evolve in birds and pterosaurs? Were they gliders first, or did they leap into the air from the ground? And what about the oceans? Despite centuries of exploration, we've only scratched the surface of what lies beneath the waves. The deep sea, in particular, is a frontier teeming with undiscovered species and ancient secrets, from the enigmatic Megalodon to the bizarre creatures of the Cambrian Explosion. Every discovery brings us closer to answers, but it also raises new questions, keeping scientists and all of us hooked on the thrill of the unknown. These mysteries aren't just academic exercises, they're the driving force behind scientific inquiry. Each unanswered question is a call to explore, to dig deeper, and to push the boundaries of what we think we know. They remind us that science is a journey, not a destination, and that the pursuit of knowledge is as important as the answers themselves. And as we continue to uncover the secrets of the past, we're not just solving puzzles, we're learning how to better understand and protect the world we live in today. But the story of ancient creatures isn't just about research and discovery, it's also about education. These long-extinct beings have a unique power to inspire curiosity, spark imagination, and teach us about the natural world. And that's where our next chapter begins, exploring how ancient creatures are shaping the way we learn and why they continue to captivate minds of all ages. The fascination with ancient creatures isn't just confined to the pages of textbooks or the halls of museums. It's a powerful tool for education, sparking curiosity and inspiring the next generation of scientists. From the moment a child holds a replica dinosaur tooth or gazes up at the towering skeleton of a T-Rex, something magical happens. That spark of wonder can ignite a lifelong passion for science, technology, engineering, and math fields collectively known as STEM. Teachers and educators have long recognized the power of dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures to captivate young minds, using them as gateways to explore everything from biology and geology to physics and engineering. It's no surprise that many paleontologists credit their career choices to that first moment of awe standing in a museum, holding a fossil, or reading about ancient giants in a book. In classrooms around the world, ancient creatures are more than just subjects of study. They're catalysts for learning. Dinosaurs, for example, offer a perfect blend of excitement and education. They teach kids about evolution, adaptation, and the scientific method in ways that feel tangible and relatable. Imagine a classroom activity where students measure dinosaur footprints to calculate their speed, or analyze fossilized plants to reconstruct ancient ecosystems. These hands-on experiences don't just make science fun. They make it real, showing students that science isn't just about memorizing facts, but about asking questions, solving problems, and exploring the unknown. Museums, too, play a crucial role in education, bringing the ancient world to life in ways that textbooks simply can't. Interactive exhibits, life-sized models, and immersive displays let visitors step into the shoes or claws of paleontologists, uncovering fossils and piecing together the stories of long-extinct creatures. Programs like Fossil Digs and behind-the-scenes tours offer a glimpse into the real work of science, inspiring kids and adults alike to see themselves as explorers and discoverers. For many, these experiences are transformative, planting the seeds for future careers in STEM fields. But the impact of ancient creatures in education goes beyond inspiring individual careers. It shapes how we think about science as a whole. By studying these long-gone beings, we learn about the processes that drive evolution, the forces that shape ecosystems, and the fragility of life on Earth. These lessons aren't just for scientists, they're for everyone. They teach us to think critically, to question assumptions, and to appreciate the interconnectedness of all living things. In a world where science literacy is more important than ever, ancient creatures offer a unique and powerful way to engage people of all ages with the wonders of the natural world. As we look to the future, the role of ancient creatures in education will only grow. Advances in technology are making it easier than ever to bring these beings to life, from virtual reality experiences that let you walk among dinosaurs to 3D printed fossils that can be studied in classrooms around the world. These innovations are breaking down barriers, making science more accessible and inclusive than ever before. And as we continue to uncover the secrets of the past, we're not just teaching the next generation of scientists, we're equipping them with the tools to shape a better future. But the story of ancient creatures doesn't end in the classroom or the museum. Their influence extends far beyond education, shaping cultures, economies, and even global conversations about conservation and sustainability. And that brings us to our next chapter, the global impact of paleontology and how the study of ancient life is shaping the world we live in today. The story of ancient creatures isn't confined to one corner of the globe. It's a tale written across continents, shaped by the efforts of scientists, researchers, and enthusiasts from every part of the world. Paleontology is a truly international endeavor, with fossil discoveries in China, Argentina, Morocco, and beyond revealing pieces of a puzzle that spans millions of years. Each region offers its own unique window into the past, contributing to a global understanding of how life evolved on Earth. From the feathered dinosaurs of Liaoning, China, to the massive sauropods of Patagonia, Argentina, these discoveries remind us that the history of life is a shared heritage, one that transcends borders and unites us in curiosity and wonder. One of the most exciting aspects of modern paleontology is the spirit of collaboration that drives it. Researchers from different countries often work together, pooling their expertise and resources to tackle complex questions. For example, a fossil unearthed in Mongolia might be studied by a team of scientists from the United States, Germany, and Japan, each bringing their own specialized knowledge to the table. These partnerships aren't just about sharing fossils, they're about sharing ideas, technologies, and perspectives, creating a richer, more nuanced understanding of the past. It's a reminder that science is at its best when it's inclusive, when it brings people together in pursuit of a common goal. But this global effort isn't without its challenges. Fossils are often seen as national treasures, and debates over ownership and access can sometimes complicate research. Yet, many countries are finding ways to balance the protection of their cultural heritage with the need to share knowledge. Museums and universities around the world are establishing agreements to ensure that fossils are studied and displayed in ways that benefit everyone. These efforts not only advance science but also foster a sense of global stewardship, reminding us that the story of ancient life belongs to all of humanity. The international nature of paleontology also highlights the importance of education and outreach. By sharing discoveries with the world, scientists are inspiring the next generation of explorers and thinkers. Exhibitions, documentaries, and online platforms bring fossils to life for people of all ages, sparking curiosity and encouraging a deeper appreciation for the natural world. Whether it's a child in Brazil marveling at a T-Rex skeleton or a student in India studying the evolution of birds, these stories connect us, showing how the past can inspire a brighter future. As we continue to uncover the secrets of ancient creatures, we're reminded that their story is a global one, a testament to the power of collaboration and the shared quest for knowledge. But the impact of these discoveries doesn't stop at fossils and research. The lessons we learn from the past are shaping how we approach one of the most pressing challenges of our time: conservation. And that's where our journey takes us next, into the role of ancient creatures in protecting the planet we all call home. The story of ancient creatures isn't just a window into the past, it's a guide for the future. As we uncover the secrets of these long-extinct beings, we're also learning valuable lessons about how to protect the world we live in today. From mass extinctions to the delicate balance of ecosystems, the fossil record holds clues that can help us tackle some of the most pressing environmental challenges of our time. By studying how ancient creatures thrived or vanished, we gain insights that could shape the future of conservation and ensure the survival of countless species, including our own. One of the most striking lessons comes from the study of mass extinctions. Earth has experienced several catastrophic events that wiped out vast numbers of species, from the asteroid impact that ended the Age of Dinosaurs to the volcanic eruptions that triggered the Permian-Triassic extinction. These events remind us that life on our planet is fragile, and even the most dominant species can disappear in the blink of an eye, but they also show us the resilience of life. After each extinction, new species emerged, filling the gaps left behind and paving the way for the next chapter in Earth's story. For modern conservationists, this is both a warning and a source of hope. It tells us that while the challenges we face, like habitat destruction, climate change, and pollution, are daunting, life has a remarkable ability to recover and adapt. The key is to act now before it's too late. The fossil record also highlights the importance of biodiversity. Ancient ecosystems were incredibly diverse, with species occupying every available niche. From the massive herbivores that shaped landscapes to the tiny insects that pollinated plants, every creature played a role in maintaining the balance of life. When that balance was disrupted, whether by a sudden catastrophe or gradual environmental change, entire ecosystems collapsed. This lesson is especially relevant today, as human activity threatens to push countless species to the brink of extinction. By preserving biodiversity, we're not just protecting individual species, we're safeguarding the intricate web of life that sustains us all. But perhaps the most profound lesson from ancient creatures is the power of adaptation. From the feathered dinosaurs that gave rise to birds to the small mammals that survived the Age of Dinosaurs, life has always found ways to evolve and thrive in the face of adversity. This adaptability is a reminder that change is inevitable, but it's also an opportunity. By understanding how ancient creatures adapted to shifting environments, we can better prepare for the challenges of a changing climate and a rapidly transforming world. It's a call to innovate, to think creatively, and to work together to find solutions that benefit both people and the planet. As we reflect on the lessons of the past, it's impossible not to feel a deep sense of connection to these ancient beings. They remind us that we're part of a story much larger than ourselves, one that spans millions of years and countless generations. And as we turn to the final chapter of this journey, we'll explore the enduring fascination with these prehistoric giants, why they captivate us, what they mean to us, and how their stories continue to shape our understanding of the world. The past isn't just a collection of fossils, it's a living legacy, one that inspires us to protect the incredible diversity of life on Earth. There's something timeless about ancient creatures that keeps us coming back again and again to their stories. Whether it's the towering presence of a T-Rex, the eerie grace of a pterosaur soaring through prehistoric skies, or the enigmatic depths of the oceans where Megalodon once ruled, these beings hold a unique power over our imaginations. Part of it is their sheer scale. Creatures so massive, so otherworldly, they seem to defy the laws of nature as we know them, but it's more than just size. It's the mystery that surrounds them, the unanswered questions about how they lived, how they moved, and how they vanished. These are not just animals, they are symbols of a world that feels both alien and deeply familiar, a world that reminds us of the vast, untamed potential of life itself. Perhaps what captivates us most is how these ancient creatures connect us to Earth's deep history. They are living, or rather, once living testaments to the planet's incredible capacity for change and adaptation. When we look at a fossil, we're not just seeing a bone, we're seeing a moment frozen in time, a snapshot of an ecosystem that thrived millions of years before humans ever walked the Earth. It's humbling, in a way, to realize that we are just one chapter in a story that spans billions of years. These creatures remind us that the Earth has been here long before us, and it will continue long after we're gone. They are a bridge between the past and the present, offering us a glimpse into a world that shaped the one we know today. But the allure of ancient creatures isn't just about science or history, it's also deeply emotional. There's a sense of wonder that comes from imagining what it would have been like to witness these giants in their prime. To stand in the shadow of a Brachiosaurus, to hear the roar of a pack of velociraptors, or to watch a Quetzalcoatlus take flight, these are moments that stir something primal within us. They tap into a sense of awe and curiosity that transcends time and culture. It's no wonder that dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures have become such enduring icons in movies, books, and art. They represent the unknown, the extraordinary, and the limitless possibilities of life. At the same time, these ancient beings also challenge us to think about our place in the universe. They remind us that life is fragile, that even the mightiest creatures can vanish in an instant. The story of their rise and fall is a cautionary tale, urging us to consider the impact we have on the planet and the species we share it with. But it's also a story of resilience, of life's ability to adapt, evolve, and thrive in the face of unimaginable challenges. In that sense, ancient creatures aren't just relics of the past, they are symbols of hope, showing us that even in the face of adversity, life finds a way. As we near the end of this journey through the ancient world, it's worth taking a moment to reflect on what these creatures mean to us. They are more than just fossils or figures in a textbook. They are a reminder of the incredible diversity and complexity of life on Earth. They inspire us to ask questions, to explore, and to dream. And as we continue to uncover their secrets, we're not just learning about the past, we're gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world we inhabit. The story of ancient creatures is far from over. It's a story that continues to unfold with every new discovery, every new insight, and every new generation of curious minds. And as we turn to the final chapter of this exploration, we'll bring together all that we've learned, reflecting on the enduring legacy of these remarkable beings and what they teach us about the future. As we come to the end of this incredible journey through the world of ancient creatures, it's impossible not to feel a sense of awe at the sheer diversity and resilience of life on Earth. These prehistoric giants, dinosaurs, mammoths, pterosaurs, and so many others may have vanished long ago, but their stories are far from forgotten. They've left behind a legacy etched in stone, in fossils, and in the very fabric of our planet's history. Each discovery, each bone, each footprint is a reminder of the extraordinary experiments life has undertaken over millions of years, shaping the world we know today. What's truly remarkable is how these ancient beings continue to teach us. Through their rise and fall, they offer profound lessons about adaptation, survival, and the interconnectedness of all living things. They remind us that life is a dynamic, ever-evolving force, capable of thriving in even the harshest conditions, and yet fragile in the face of sudden change. By studying their lives, we gain not only a deeper understanding of Earth's past, but also valuable insights into the challenges we face today, from climate change to biodiversity loss. Their stories are a call to action, urging us to protect the delicate balance of our planet and the incredible diversity of life it supports. But beyond the science, there's something deeply human about our fascination with these ancient creatures. They spark our imagination, filling us with wonder and curiosity about a world that existed long before humans ever walked the Earth. They remind us that we are part of a much larger story, one that stretches back billions of years and will continue long after we're gone. And in that sense, they connect us not just to the past, but to each other as we share in the excitement of discovery and the joy of learning. Thank you for joining us on this adventure through time. If you've enjoyed exploring the mysteries of these ancient giants, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your passion and curiosity are what keep this journey alive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep marveling at the incredible story of life on Earth. The ancient world may be long gone, but its lessons and its wonders are always